What's going on, guys? Welcome back to WWE Network and Show, where I, Graham G.S. and Matthews, break down all the original content I watch on the WWE Network and on Peacock. And today we're talking the August 5th, 2024 edition of Raw Talk. Sam Roberts, Megan Morant in the studio breaking down what I thought was a very good Raw on Monday, actually a great Raw, coming out of SummerSlam on Saturday. They open up the episode replaying the Damian Priest, JD McDonough match, the post-match chaos with Rhea Ripley coming out, Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio, the demise of the Judgment Day, which was really, really well done. The crowd was super into Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley on Monday night. Megan says that Judgment Day has a new look, led by Finn Balor. You also got Liv Morgan, Dominic, JD McDonough, and Carlito as part of the new Judgment Day. They run down the biggest headlines from the show, including replaying Sheamus beating Ludwig Kaiser. We hear from Pete Dunne afterward backstage. He says that he's been living in the Sheamus show for the last couple of years. He was unsuccessful on Raw in costing Sheamus the match with the Shillelagh. He was successful last week, not so much this week, but their bad blood is far from over, he says, and his sole goal is wanting to cancel the Sheamus show. Sam Roberts says that Sheamus has made Dunne feel resentful, and that's why he's been acting the way that he has been. They replay the Io Sky Sonya Deville match and the post-match chaos with Deville's group laying out damage control, or what's left of it anyway. Shayna Baszler says their statement was not made loud enough when they're interviewed backstage afterward, as far as damage control stepping up to them and thinking they have a shot against them, blah, blah, blah. Sonya simply says that damage control does not know what's coming next. And that was about it. So they hype up Shayna and Zoe Stark versus Io Sky and Kairi Sane next week on Raw in a number one contenders match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. They also replay the Sonya Deville, Seth Rollins, and Drew McIntyre segment, not including the Bronson Reed stuff, which they save for later on, but the Punk Rollins McIntyre portion of it was also very good. Sam Roberts says that McIntyre will not stop until Punk's dream of, being back in WWE, wanting to challenge for a world championship, is destroyed, no matter whether he won on Saturday or not. Then they recap Bronson Reed attacking Seth Rollins, which was great. An awesome one-night attempt to get heat on Bronson Reed, and it worked. That was awesome. They also replay the Gunther Randy Orton segment where they set up their World Heavyweight Championship clash for Bash in Berlin later on this month. They then hype said matchup. They replay Awesome Truth losing to A-Town Down Under on Raw. We hear from Grayson Waller and Austin Theory backstage afterward. Theory says not to bring up SummerSlam and being embarrassed by Jelly Roll, but that beating Awesome Truth was indeed awesome. Waller says that they've been waiting until WrestleMania for that moment, which I like that they brought that up because both teams did win tag team titles at WrestleMania, but people were more so celebrating and talking about Awesome Truth getting their Mania moment over Waller and Theory. So I like the storyline significance behind the match, even though it was kind of like a throwaway match. They also make a Gambit reference, which if you saw Deadpool versus Wolverine, if you haven't, I just spoiled a cameo for you, but they quote Gambit from Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't know if fucking Grayson Waller is a Marvel fan or whatever. I know Theory is. I don't know about Waller, but I thought that was funny that he was like, "Oh, gotta go make a name for myself," in the Gambit Cajun accent. But I thought that was cool. They also plan to beat the Street Profits on SmackDown this Friday. They replay the main event with the Wyatt Six knocking off Chad Gable and the Creed brothers, and the trio now known as American Made. Good main event. Sam Roberts recalls and kind of recounts the road to the ring, getting in the ring, and putting down all the skeptics and whether they're going to wrestle or not, blah blah blah, and calls it remarkable. They then hype up Braun Breaker defending the Intercontinental Championship against Sami Zayn in a rematch next week on Raw in a 2 out of 3 falls match. That should be great. And they also quickly recap Odyssey Jones' Monday Night Raw debut last night, in him saving the New Day, which was great, or what's left of the New Day, and Xavier Woods and Kofi, and Woods not being overly thrilled about it backstage afterwards. So I thought the Jones debut was also great. The Bronson Reed stuff was the best part of the show. The overall show was awesome. But the Odyssey Jones stuff was also really, really well done. I liked how they introduced him in the fashion in which they did. So 2 thumbs up for Raw on Monday, and a thumb up for a Raw Talk, a successful Raw Talk on Monday night. I thought this was a pretty good show. We got to hear from Sonya's group. We got to hear from A-Town Down Under, as well as Pete Dunne. So standard stuff here, but it wasn't a bad episode by any means. Thank you guys for checking out my review of Raw Talk. I appreciate it. Be sure to drop a comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. I'm still trying to figure out the audio issues that I'm dealing with here on my new laptop. So if you hear the audio issues, like in my SmackDown Lowdown review from yesterday, I apologize. I'm trying to work through it, so bear with me. Until next time, guys, have an awesome one. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.